Hello, this is Quinn, that's Snazzy iPhone Guy, and thanks for watching this video. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy Hanukkah to all of you around the world. Now I hope this past holiday season you have just received an iPhone or an iPod Touch. Because guess what? The iPhone isn't just a great phone, and the iPod Touch isn't just a great MP3 player. They are both excellent portable gaming systems. Now I'm going to show you my 5 favorite games that you can get in the App Store. I'm going to walk through them so you can kind of get a general idea of what you're going to buy, the price, and why I like them. But before we get into that, I'd like to thank my sponsors at www.unlimitedcase.com. Now, Unlimited Case does an excellent job at reselling iPhone and iPod Touch accessories. They also do headphones and other cool stuff like that. They sell name brand stuff at an excellent price. It's lower than anywhere else. And they also have $1 3-day shipping. That's pretty amazing. But even more so than that, you can save 10% off of your next purchase by using the coupon code SNAZZY at checkout. We thank Unlimited Case so much for being the supporters of That Snazzy iPhone Guy, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get on to the first game. Okay, my number 5 game is I Dig It Expeditions, or I Dig It 2. The reason I like this game is because it has a very low price point of $1.99 and gives you a ton of replay value, along with the long campaign itself. Now, in I Dig It Expeditions, you are this miner, and your point is to dig it. Now, how do you do this? There's an analog stick that they provide that you can move side to side, up and down. Now, this game gets tricky because there are certain things that you need to watch for. As you would imagine as a miner, you have to upgrade your certain parts to withstand the deeper the crust. As you get lower, the harder it becomes to drill, the faster you run out of fuel, and the hotter it becomes. So, by doing this, you collect these parts. When you collect a part, you fly up to the Earth's surface and you sell it. Once you sell it, you can refuel your tank up with gasoline, which does run out, so you do have to monitor that constantly, or you can upgrade your vehicle. Now, by upgrading your vehicle, you have the option to choose what you want to upgrade: the coolant, the hull, the drill, radar, fuel tank, or cargo. All of these are vital to upgrade at once, but the first one that we want to upgrade is probably the coolant, because it gets really hot really fast. When you press buy, you've seen that you've bought the part and the next part is available for purchase. However, we're going to go back out and start drilling again. So as you can see, it's a very, very simple game. However, it offers a high replay value and I love playing it. It's great for kids, adults, anyone of all ages. Check it out in the App Store. I Dig It Expeditions 2. My number 4 application is Scoops from Nimblebit Studios. Now, Scoops is an App Store gem and has been out since the very beginning. However, because of its constant updates and constant support from the developer, it has been very easily monitored and has been well kept. Now, the basis is very, very simple. You are this ice cream coop. You are stacking these ice cream scoops. Now, what we're going to do is start a new game here. But you move your cone in coordination to the way your accelerometer tilts. And your point is to catch all of the scoops, but none of the vegetables. These count as tomatoes, onions, red onions, and you have to be very careful to watch out for those. So you do want the scoops, but not the vegetables, as you can see. If you get a vegetable, that's okay, you have 3 lives, but once you've depleted those 3, you're required to start over. Now, the point is to see how high you can get with your scoops. It gets very fun because as you get higher, it becomes a lot more difficult. The speed increases, the amount of tomatoes and vegetables in ratio to ice cream greatens, and it is a lot more difficult to score well. There's a high score world leaderboard, so you can see how you're doing in comparison to others. You also have this very, very constant, very fun background, as you can see here. Now, the background is very fun because it changes to the elevation that you're at. So right now I'm at buildings. Soon enough I'll be entering space. Then after that I'll be able to see the moon. Then after that I'll pass the moon, finally come upon Mars, and go on further. So you enter space with your scoop stack, and the harder it gets, the shorter of a chance that you have to continue. But it does It's a great game that you can pause at any time as well while exiting the app, but it's a great game that you can play during the dentist, during the doctor's office, while you're waiting in line at the grocery store, anything. Just whip it out and play it for a few seconds. It's an easy game, and I highly recommend it. Scoops from Nimblebit Studios, that's my number 4 game. My number 3 game is Nova, available in the App Store from that one company we all know and love, Gameloft. Now, Nova is much like Halo if you've played it on the Xbox. It's a first-person shooter type game that offers a lot of gameplay and a lot of game time. Now, the concept itself is very, very easy. You have an analog stick provided on the left to move and rotate your persona. If it will load. Okay. Once you can move around with this analog stick, you also need to learn how to move around the camera. It's very simple by simply using your finger to go up, down, side to side. I feel that the controls could be improved, but for right now, having no buttons on the iPhone itself, it's pretty solid. So you go up here and you can move around. You also have a variety of weapons you can choose from. This assault rifle to fire, which you push the red button. If I can get it to go. There you go, as you can see it's firing. To reload, you push the gun itself and it reloads. There's also other guns, such as a handgun, of which you have unlimited ammo. A shotgun, which is very, very fun to use when you're hitting your targets close by. You have grenades that you can throw, and you also have this energy that you can throw at your enemy as well. Now you have this health bar at the top, which does regenerate, but you do have to watch and make sure that it is well kept. Now, there are different consoles that you have to activate and different objectives that you have to achieve in order to make this game a success. Now, as you navigate through these missions, they steadily get harder and your opponents will come after you more and more. You have to defeat them and fight them off in order to save yourself and complete the mission. So Nova is available in the App Store. It's a very, very fun game for those of you that like these kind of first-person shooter. And the best part of all is that you can use it online. So for those of you that want to game online with others, much like Xbox Live, it's fine. It works. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection to a game online with other players around the world, or a very, very simple Bluetooth connection to do it from device to device. You can also play with your friends locally on a network and Bluetooth. So it's very, very fun. I highly recommend it. Nova, it's available in the App Store from Gameloft. Thanks for watching. This is number 3. My number 2 favorite game in the App Store is Crossfingers. Now it comes from MobyGame, who is a fantastic developer. They actually developed my favorite game, Edge, but Edge, for legal reasons, is no longer in the App Store. So as you can see, it's a very, very simple, easy to navigate interface, and it is, in fact, a puzzle game. So if these aren't your type, I apologize, but I love these games. So your point is to get this block into the shaded area. Now, as this may seem very easy at first, it gets progressively harder. You have more objects to move, more obstacles, and you're required to make your blocks move much differently, or different than you would think. So the further you progress, the more difficult it gets, and the more difficult you're going to have of a time to complete the levels. Now, the levels don't require a time limit or anything, but they do, by the 3rd level set, do get a bit tricky. So we're going to press menu here and go to one of the harder levels. Now, as you can see, there are a lot more blocks that I have to move. There's these blocks right here that physically block and allow me not to navigate any further. But as you can see, I have to be able to find a way to get these blocks through the obstacles. See, that's not working. There we go. To complete the rest of the puzzle. Now it is tricky, it is hard, and I do highly recommend it if you're into that kind of puzzle type game. So what I'm going to want to do is get all of these white blocks into this shaded area to fit perfectly, and that may take a bit of time. So it's Crossfingers for MobyGame. It's an excellent game. I highly recommend it, and there you go. Also check out Edge. I think they renamed it Edgy, which is my favorite game of all time, but unfortunately for legal reasons it's been removed for the App Store temporarily. I don't know when it will be back in, but if it is, grab it. It's worth the $5. It's the most fantastic game you'll ever play. Edge, / edgy for Moby game. But this is Crossfingers, and it's my number 2. My number 1 favorite game in the App Store is Boost. Now, Boost is a very, very fun game, and you're this camera sliding down this tunnel. Now, there are lines that are colored, and your point, your objective is to get out of the way of those lines, because at the end, there's a block. And if you crash into a block, guess what? It's going to kill you. So you have to be careful not to crash into the blocks and see how far you can get before crashing. Now, as I continue through this tunnel, you'll see different things. One is Boost. Boost allows you to speed up much more quickly so you can get further and rank higher in points, but it also gives you the allowance to crash into a block once, as a mistake, as an accident, and you're able to continue out through your game without having to start over. Now, once the boost is gone, you can no longer crash into blocks, and you no longer have that allowance. So it's best usually to always have Boost under your belt to help that continue. Now, as you can see, it doesn't just stay inside of this tunnel. The tunnel has actually inverted itself, so I'm now going in space. It's a very, very crazy situation, and the tube turns, but it is just a lot of fun because it is such a thriller. Playing this game is very hard, and it gets a lot harder really fast. However, it is a fun game to play, and I highly do recommend it. It's worth every penny I've spent, and is my number 1 game in the App Store. Check it out, Boost 3D. Thanks for watching, guys. This is the final 5 games that I love in the App Store. I guarantee you that you'll like them as well. Try picking up all 5 and let me know. Do you find another game you like? Leave it in the comments and I'd be glad to let you know what I think of it. Thanks for watching. Have fun with your new iPhone and iPod Touch, and have an excellent holiday season. This is That Snazzy iPhone Guy. Please visit our sponsors at www.unlimitedcase.com for the latest and greatest iPhone and iPod accessories. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay snazzy.